Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's later the same day now, and in the town hall at Meredith, New Hampshire, Harry, Pop, and Calvin stand discussing the fact that Mary definitely must have disappeared. And we hear Calvin say,
"But you know, I have a funny feeling. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but the lady who was driving that cab bore a striking resemblance to Mary."
Well, as I said, Calvin, I didn't get a good look at her, but I heard her voice, and how could Mary be driving a cab anyway? She doesn't even have a license.
Does she have any relatives up this way that you know of?
No.
Could be a lookalike, you know.
Yes, that's possible, but didn't she say something about not knowing where she was from?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that all right.
Well, that would just be more fuel for the fire that would make us think that it was Mary, you know?
Do you think she's trying to hide her identity or something?
Could
it is her?
Could it be? Now, let's try to analyze this thing intelligently.
Right.
Could it be possible that the spooks down at the theater scared her so that she's beside herself with anxiety and, took to driving a taxi cab?
Oh,
does that make any sense to you, or am I whistling Dixie?
I don't sense the logic in that, Calvin. Of all things to do, I can't see Mary going out and getting a job with a taxi cab company.
No, I suppose.
And those aren't spooks anyway. We discovered they're just some of the town hoodlums.
But she didn't know that at the time of her disappearance.
That's right. She disappeared before we figured out what the noises were. Yes, that's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me think logically. What would I have done
if you were Mary?
If I'd been in her position, yes. I would have stayed on stage and finished the rehearsal, I guess.
Well, let me think what I would have done had I been in her position. I probably would have gone to a movie or something like that. And we tried to go to the movies and see if she's sitting there watching the movie.
Well, that's a thought. We could, I suppose.
What would you do, Pop, if you were in her situation?
Well, first I would have gotten a shoe shine.
Why that?
And then a haircut, because I need both.
These
dusty streets around town ruin a shine. Then I would have looked for Mary, I guess.
Don't you have a funny feeling, though, here in Meredith, that the people are staying off the streets as though they think we're bringing a plague to this town?
Well,
I mean, you don't see a postman, you don't see anybody going in and out of the drugstore or even to the filling station.
That's right.
You don't see anybody coming up to the doctor's office or going over to the town hall.
Oh, wait a minute. There's the cab again. Cab, Bill. Is it the same person driving?
It looks like Mary.
Sure does.
Hop in. Where to? Ma'am, excuse me.
Would you turn around, ma'am?
Sure.
Why?
Mary.
Mary.
Do you recognize us?
It is Mary. Sure is. I know her face anywhere. Mary, don't you recognize us? Harry, your husband, beloved idol of a million other women. Calvin Hoogerman, your next-door neighbor, and me, Pop, beloved stage doorman.
Well, I've had all kinds of approaches made to me. This is the wildest one ever. Where do you want to go? Shall I drive you down to the police station?
And so Harry, Pop, and Calvin ascertain that the driver of the taxi cab in Meredith is in reality Mary. But she doesn't seem to recognize them. You want to be here tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
"No, I don't know you at all."
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.